Welcome to the 2015 Hudson Booster Days Parade. I'm John Knutson, one of your MCs for today. I'm sitting here along with the eye candy, better known as the Mayor, Alan Burchell, here today. We're happy to be here.
Thank you, John. John is back with us after a year of suspension. He was down at the announcing booth last year, but was suspended from there, so now he's back on TV.
They usually only let me do that live stuff once, and now here we have probably a tape delay where they can kind of
cut things out for
kind of hold us in here.
Well, it's a beautiful day today, isn't it?
Great day. Low humidity. We're here. The streets are packed on both sides. There are 2-3 people deep, as you can see by the camera shots here. Good crowd today and a great day. Booster Days started on Thursday night. Busy night at Lakefront Park. You can hear the first unit in the parade today. It's the Hudson Police Department. Al, I think as the mayor, you probably know something about those folks.
A little bit. We've had 23 sworn officers. We're also led by the Hudson Fire Department, which we have 40 members. They're all volunteer except for we just recently hired a full-time police chief, and that's working out well. Our old chief was there for quite a few years, Jim Fry, on a volunteer basis. And we went to a full-time chief, and I think it's going to work out really well for our city.
Well, Hudson's getting big enough where it comes a time when you need that organization full-time and a commitment, and probably a pretty good move.
Yep. I think the parade started in 1953, John?
53? Was that when you were born? I was a little bit later.
I was too. I was born in 1954, John.
Well, I'm a 59 guy, so
you're a lot younger.
Much younger.
As you can hear the fire truck coming down. Again, the Hudson boosters have been doing children's softball, baseball, football for many, many years. And it's all volunteer organization with no full-time employees, and they do an outstanding job. They prepare the fields. They've offered a great program. It's a good feeder program for our sporting events in town. Teaches kids teamwork, sportsmanship, those kinds of things.
Yeah, the Boosters have been around a long time. My family moved here in 1999 or so, and got involved in booster activities pretty early. Boosters, great volunteer organization, do a lot for the community, and they've been the impetus and the organizers and the volunteers behind the Booster Days Parade and Hudson Booster Days for a lot of years.
We'll let the fire truck come by with the siren and the...
They're going to be a little louder than we are even now.
We just put on order a brand new fire truck, John.
When do I get to drive it?
You cannot drive the fire truck, John. Maybe we'll put you in the back of the ladder truck. You could drive the back end of the ladder truck.
What are you saying, Al, that maybe you'd drive the truck to my house and at least hose me down maybe or something like that? Those would be pretty strong jets of water there.
One of the things, too, our fire department has really our participation with our St. Joe's Fire Department, River Falls, Lower St. Croix. It's a real example of communities working together to serve the needs of our citizens here in the St. Croix Valley.
Well, the volunteers are really committed. I know a number of the volunteer firemen. Dan Milbrath is a young lad that I know. Mother Nini works for us at Catalyst Sports Medicine, and Dan Milbrath is one of the many. I don't know how many volunteers they have with the fire departments, but
40, John. They have 40 volunteers.
40 volunteers.
So that's quite a, and the amount of training that they have to do. I think they train every Monday night.
Kind of nice to see them with family in the trucks too. They got the spouses and children in the trucks. That's a fun time for the kids to be able to ride with dad and mom and see the crowds here, throw out a little bit of candy probably, and be in the parade like that. So well done, Hudson Fire Department.
In case you're not familiar, tomorrow or today we have the carnival going on all from 12:30 until close tonight, and noon to midnight we're going to have food stands down. Willow River Saloon and Carboni's, the Boy Scouts, and Big Guy's Barbecue Roadhouse, who just opened a new restaurant north of town.
That's Jethro. I think Jethro bought the Valley House there and turned it into the barbecue place there, the Big Guy's Barbecue. It's awful good stuff. I know on Thursday night when I was selling Rotary car raffle tickets, Jethro's spot there with the Big Guy's Barbecue is doing really well. It's pretty good food.
Yes.
Next up, what we're going to have is we're going to have the American Legion Post 50 with the Joint Color Guard. So it's a VFW Post 2115, and the American Legion Post 50 is a Joint Color Guard. You see them in the picture. They'll be stopping there at the booster trailer to do the presentation of the colors.
They also are another longtime participant in the parade, John. I know that some of the guys, we need to thank them for their service to our country. All of them are vets, and they do a fine job in parades and Memorial Day ceremony out at Willow River Park, or Willow River Cemetery.
You know, we're gonna laugh and joke and have a little fun with everybody today, but in all seriousness, folks, the American Legion veterans and the color guard here from VFW Post 2115 deserve an awful lot of respect for what they've done. Obviously, those are guys that have seen things that people shouldn't have to see, have done things that they'd rather have not, I'm sure, but all in the defense of freedom. Our freedoms here in the country today are in a large part due to guys like this, so we owe them our respect and honor. Again, that's VFW Post 2115 and the American Legion Post 50 with the Joint Color Guard for today's parade.
Some other events happening this afternoon. There's the Hudson Police Department K-9 demonstration at 1 to 1:30. It's a, excuse me.
Have you gotten to know that dog intimately, Al?
Well, I understand you're going to be the demonstrator. You're going to be the victim today.
Do I get to wear any pads, or is it just my chubbiness that's going to protect me from that dog?
We're going to say, run, John, run.
I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to outrun. Is it still Briscoe? I think
yes,
is the name of the
yes.
dog.
And he is he's been with our police department about 7 years now, I believe. And it's a program that's been very beneficial to us in the city.
You know who we have coming here next? We have our boosters president, the booster club president, Mr. Tom Smith. I think this is Tom's second year at the helm there, doing a great job managing the boosters. That's a pretty nice little Camaro there.
He's been active in the booster club for a long time also, and there's other members. If you look at some of the long-term members, a lot of these individuals don't even have kids in the program anymore.
No, that's right, but they've been doing it for a lot of years. I know John Herrick does a lot of work. A friend of mine, Jim Londo, has been a past president. I talked to Jim down at Lakefront Park on Thursday night, and I said, Jim, you were president, weren't you? And he said 4 times. So yeah. That's the kind of work you get. There's Tom Smith.
Yes, they do a nice job.
There we get Mr. Tom Smith. Tom is the president there. Booster president, Mr. Tom Smith.
I'd like to thank Luther Chevrolet and Hudson for providing the vehicle for that Tom is riding in today.
I think they give them to them after the parade.
I think that's part of the deal. Well, now,
okay, now
here's
we know
our,
this hooligan.
Yep, he's one of our fellow Rotarians, Butch Schultz.
You think he can get some candy to be thrown over to us here?
I don't know.
So,
But
Mr. Butch Schultz, fellow Rotarian, Hudson Daybreak Rotary Club, and
an ultimate Cubs fan.
And he is the Grand Marshal of the Booster Day Parade today.
Not a more deserving person for that.
Butch
for all the work that he's done.
also has taken the responsibility for the Rotary car raffle as the lead. Who do we got here, Al? You're supposed to be in that car, you know.
No, Tom decided he begged me to go.
Mayor Alan Burchell's supposed to be in that car where Tom McCormick is sitting right now. Council president, huh?
Yes, yeah, he was elected in April. It's his first term as president.
Well, when is he going to run for mayor?
I have no idea. You have to talk to Tom about that. And here we have Stan Wecken. Stan is the village president. He's been village president for about 4 years. He looks like he's in a 1966 SS 454 Chevelle.
Well, you know your cars there, buddy.
My cousin had one like that, so I really liked it. Here we have the St. Croix EMS, another joint community effort with the village of Hudson, town of Hudson,
and the city of Hudson. Don't they here in
Excellent,
Hudson?
excellent.
Vehicles look good too. They got some new vehicles in the past couple of years, really represent the community of Hudson well. Following truck here is the Hudson Dive Team. Obviously, we all hope nobody ever has to see that type of equipment anywhere, but the Hudson Dive Team provides an invaluable service to the community as well. More of the Hudson Fire Department here. Brush truck number 7 going by. Got a couple more of the fire trucks coming through.
We have, it looked like just before the start of the parade there was a fire call, so we had to take one of our trucks.
Yeah, it was coming through at about 30 miles an hour. We didn't think it was part of the parade, did we?
If it was, they're ahead of the parade. Hopefully no one was injured or we didn't have a disaster. So
I'll tell you what, I talked to a lot of people who saved their homes because of the Hudson Fire Department, the prompt service that they do. So we all whoa, that sounded like my mother-in-law. Oh, that was Hudson Fire Truck number 161. Big engine there. There he's waving to us. And I think we're going to call that truck Beulah.
Beulah?
Beulah. I think that fits.
That's your mother-in-law's name?
No, but I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Yes, you are. But what's unusual about that?
I'd never know the difference. I'm usually in trouble. The big tanker truck.
Bob Schultz driving the truck. Tanker truck for those situations where we don't have a fire hydrant and we can get our water out to the location. Now we have a dog driving this truck.
Uh-oh. That looks like a little terrier driving that Hudson truck number 160. I never knew dogs could drive there, but you can see that little pup in the driver's seat there. Cute little fella. That's quite a ladder truck there. That's if you need to get up and out and away toward buildings and stuff, that's the truck to have.
Another tanker truck.
You know, to do the job right, you got to have the right equipment. It's a good thing that Hudson, under the direction of my friend the mayor here, does a good job investing in the infrastructure here with the trucks and the gear. And then the volunteers, the indispensable volunteers that help.
Here's our rescue boat that we have for emergencies along the river.
Got some cute young ladies sitting in the rescue boat there taking a ride on Booster Days. I'm guessing that's family of the volunteers again. Good to have them as part of the parade today. Boat number 1, the little Zodiac. That'll get in and out of places where most boats can't get.
Imagine with a 50 horse, that moves out pretty well, John.
Yep. Another one of the boats coming up here, used by the Hudson EMS and rescue crew. Another friend of mine, Mike Gillick, was a member of the dive team for years, maybe still is, and what a service they provide. Hudson EMS Rescue and Police Department are responsible for that rig. Again, got friends and family in the units today with them.
I'd like to thank the St. Croix Marina, too, for allowing us to keep our boat there.
Yeah, you got to have access, don't you?
So that's a nice service they provide for us.
Now coming, this is from Regions Hospital. That's quite a little gator there. The emergency medical service is sponsored by Regions Hospital.
Now we have one of our neighbors to the north, St. Joe, has their own fire department.
St. Joe's a different state.
Same state, but
same
different.
State. All right.
It's a township. About 3/4 of their township is in our school district, John.
There you go.
And they have
and that new bridge may bring some more people over that way.
Yes, it could.
I think Mr. Milbrath might be driving this big rig as he's waving to his wife and young daughter Lucy there, taking a picture of him there. So that's the Milbrath gang there, folks. St. Joe Fire and Rescue, taker number 1. Heather taking the picture of Big Dan. Dan Milbrath right in the cab there. Hey, Dan. Here comes some additional gear, the rescue truck and another gator that they've got. When you got to get into tough spots out in the country, those gators are pretty indispensable.
They use that, John, for brush fires right there. They go right out into the fields and get that brush fire out. So they're very, those trucks are, they have access to where some of the bigger trucks can't go. So that's kind of that's a really positive thing.
Looks like a pretty custom-built truck there, too.
Amount of water they can carry and knock off the.
This looks like an old International Scout. It is.
Yes.
That's an old Scout serving the area since 1964. St. Joseph's Fire and Rescue.
Since 1964, did you say?
Somebody was born then.
Yes, it was.
That was the year after they invented fire.
Here
Ladies
we have
and gentlemen, what do we have here, Al?
We have the Miss Hudson Princesses. We have Miss Congeniality, I think. No, I can't see the name on that. Laura Burns. And we have Princesses Hannah Schneider from Postmark Grill, Kendra Filla from Hudson Benchwarmers, and Kaylee Thiel.
Yep, last year's Princesses.
Yep.
We're going to be the last year's for 14-15. The royalty was Miss Hudson, Alex Bordeaux, and Princesses Danny Barrel, Sarah Lockbaum, and Maria Cody. They've served the Hudson community wonderfully this past year, and we really want to thank them. And here comes the 2015-2016 Miss Royalty for Hudson. They're making their first official appearance here on the Hudson Bell, too. There's Dave Bordeaux driving that big rig there.
This is last year's.
Hey!
This is last year's
crew,
yes.
Right here with that was the Princess again, Alex Bordeaux up on top there, folks. And Maria Cody, Sarah Lockbaum, and Danny Barrel.
They do a great job of being ambassadors for our city.
Well, much better than the Bear, wouldn't you
without
say?
a doubt.
They're prettier.
And they have a lot more fun.
They're more articulate.
Without a doubt.
They look better in dresses. Well, although.
Okay, John, let's get back to the parade.
Is this where they take the microphones away from us?
Again,
and continue?
Not
okay.
us, just you. Some other things were happening tonight, or this afternoon from 1:30 to 3:30. We've got the kids' tractor pull. It's free, and it's from ages 12 and under.
Have you got a tractor I could borrow for that?
We are. I don't think you'll pass for 12 years old, John.
Well, wait a minute. How we act or our
well, then you wouldn't
age.
You wouldn't be old enough.
To
So we have the tractor pull this afternoon, and then tonight, this afternoon, we have live entertainment in the down Lakefront Park. Amarillo Jump. Are you familiar with them? I'm not.
I'm not.
So come out and listen to them.
All right, Al, this is the Hudson Cheer and Stunt that's coming up next. They continue to cheer on their Hudson Raiders from the sidelines, and they wow their fans on the mats. They have 5 sideline teams cheering for football and basketball teams. They have the varsity and the JV competition teams. Homecoming is September 18th this coming year. The fall junior cheer camp is September 29th and 30th and October 2nd. And the pink out game is on October 16th. So that's your Hudson Cheer and Stunt team, folks, led by Susie Robley and the volunteers that they have there. Good to see Hudson showing spirit for the local Raider teams.
They do a great job.
We got to have them to some soccer games.
Don't you have Shirley?
Have you heard how handsome that soccer coach is for the Hudson High School girls team?
No, I haven't.
Well, let me tell you, he's quite a guy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Next up, we got the Bridge for Hudson Youth Group. And Bridge, because of their expanding services, has changed their names now. It's Bridge for Community Life, I believe is what they call themselves. And the lead of the group here is Peg Gagnon, one of the prettiest girls in town. She's waving at us there. Let me see if I can get her to blow a kiss here. There she is, Peg Gagnon, blowing a kiss to me, not Al, but to me. And there's Alec Valentine. And there's Jordan, my buddy Jordan from the bowling. Hey, Jordan, how are you, buddy?
Yep.
Good to see a lot of the Bridge kids.
Good.
Here comes Jordan. Hey, threw me a sucker. Thank you, Jordan. All right, I got a sucker. Did you see that, folks?
Yep.
That was good. Jordan's my buddy from the Bridge Bowlerama. You know, Peg Gagnon has done such a tremendous job starting this. Had a daughter who passed away a few years ago with special needs. There's Tom the Babe.
Yeah, there he is.
Tom the Babe Hackworthy driving the Bridge vehicle there. Folks, what would we do without this Bridge group? What they do for the kids is just spectacular.
It's a great organization here in town. And next, we hopefully will get to hear them, the Hudson Marching Band. Tell us a little bit about that, John.
Well, the marching band is led by band director Ryan McCarthy, and their big thing right now is the uniforms that they wear are more than 20 years old, the blue and whites that you see up in the front. And they've got a fundraiser going on right now where they're trying to raise $80,000 to get new uniforms for the kids, as well as a new truck to drive that's in a little bit of disrepair. They need to be updated here. So you can see they have the color guard and the flag bearers in the front, and here comes the marching band. A good friend of mine, Dr. Liz Schertz, has taken one of the lead positions there on helping to raise money, and we've contributed to that new uniform from Catalyst Sports Medicine. If you'd like to continue or to contribute, they've raised about $58,000 of the $80,000 that they need for the uniforms and the truck. You can go to the Hudson Marching Band Parent Group, search it either on Facebook or on GoFundMe, or on just do a Google search for it and try to donate. A very worthy organization. It's awesome to have marching bands in the community.
We hear them practice over at the high school. They do a wonderful job, and at the football games, they do a halftime shows at the football game, and other communities marching in the parades.
So again, if you want to make a contribution for the new uniforms and the trailer, you can see the trailer got a little bit of a ding there.
Yes.
And I wasn't driving it when that happened, but did you insure that vehicle, Al?
I don't think we can.
Quite an organization. Again, if you look them up on Facebook, again, that's going to be the Hudson Marching Band Parent Group, and you can go to a GoFundMe site or look them up on Facebook to make a contribution for their efforts. Glad to have them in the community here.
Next, we have the St. Croix Animal Friends Group. St. Croix Animal Friends is a nonprofit animal welfare organization located in Roberts, and is working to build a Hudson Society adoption education center to assist animals in need in St. Croix County. In the midst of a capital campaign for building, the St. Croix Animal Friends also currently offers foster care and adoption program, microchipping, spray-neuter program, and other emergency services to support people and their pets. Join us for a variety of fundraising events throughout the year, including Halloween dinner, dance, upcoming October, important dates for your community celebration. Please support the St. Croix County Animal Society.
Do a nice job. Somebody's got to take care of all those pets, right?
Here's a beautiful, beautiful Irish setter.
All right, now we have the Miss Spring Valley royalty. Sydney Dumond is our senior princess, and or she's Miss Spring Valley, I'm sorry. The princesses are Alyssa Blackbird, Sierra Davidson, Gina Schneider, and junior princesses are Leah Prudlow, Taylor Faldy, and Sina Nystrom. Good to have them here.
Yeah, Spring Valley, Minnesota, or Spring Valley, Wisconsin. Better not say Minnesota. There's a Spring Valley, Minnesota also. But
their festival is the Dam Days, and they celebrate that on September 18th, 19th, and 20th. And the Grand Parade is on Sunday, September 20th. So welcome to the Spring Valley royalty. River Valley Ford out of Baldwin is sponsoring their truck and hauling it.
Looks like we got some Boy Scouts coming.
I think this is Pack 148.
Hudson, Wisconsin. John, were you a Cub Scout?
I was a Cub Scout. I was I went through the Cub Scout ranks and into Boy Scouts. I got all the way to Star Scout. I never made Life or Eagle. I wish I would have.
Yep.
All things being equal, I always say I'll hire the Eagle Scouts. Those are special kids that make it to Eagle for sure. So this little group, Pack 148 of the Cub Scouts, good to see them here having fun. They got the water guns. They aren't going to shoot the TV cameras. We've already determined that. But maybe they'll shoot the eye candy, the mayor, Mr. Burchell, over here if they come from behind.
He might melt.
Good to see they're having some fun out here, folks.
Well, it's nice the weather. They'll cool down some of the...
Not too hot, yeah. Good temperature, but there's going to be a few people that don't mind getting a little spray of water.
Yeah, John enticed some spray last year on some of the...
I think we did,
yes.
didn't we?
Not we. Don't include me in your shenanigans. Here we have Thrivent Financial. And we see it's a financial planning organization here in Hudson.
That's Bjorn Nesvold in the front of the boat there, along with Tracy Berglund. Thrivent Financial is another one of the financial planners here in town that does a great job. Tracy Berglund in the back there of the boat, throwing out some candy. And Bjorn Nesvold is up in the front of the boat there.
Here's a good organization, John. The Hudson Rod Gun Club sponsored the chair. It's called a track chair. It's available to Hudson. Do not have to be a member for persons with mobile disabilities and no cost.
Yeah, it allows them to get out in the woods and hunt where they wouldn't normally be able to do that. So the track chair is available at the Hudson Rod and Gun Club for persons with mobility disabilities, and it's at no cost again. You can see on the side of their vehicle there, the chair track contributors include the Steve McDonald Agency, Prescott Sportsman's Club, our own Hudson Daybreak Rotary Club, Zappa Brothers, Donald Simpson, Star Prairie Fish and Game, and the St. Croix Valley Cutters. Good group sponsoring that.
That was good reading, John, as it was going by so fast.
It was. Man, now this group is Crowning Achievement. Crowning Achievement is an organization that helps our local area residents with physical and intellectual disabilities. They're a 501c3 nonprofit serving men and women over 16 in the St. Croix Valley area. They provide fun events each month and a pageant in the fall to celebrate the amazing individuals in the organization. Crowning Achievement.
You know where they're at, John? Where are they located?
Crowning Achievement, they're, it says 1308 7th Street.
In Hudson. Also this afternoon, and I'm sure John will be there, it's the 16th annual hot dog eating contest.
I should be there.
Kids,
and I think it says noon to 1 1 a.m. is the beer garden. So the beer garden and the hot dogs might go well together.
4:30 to 5:15.
4:30 to 5:30. Am I going to compete with Joey Chestnut?
I don't know, but it's sponsored by RJ's Meat and Groceries.
Rick and Ann Reams do a great job with RJ Meats. I can tell you that, folks, and I'm sure they help support that hot dog eating contest. It's going to be a good one. Should we get in?
No, I think not, John.
No,
I think not.
Can you imagine the winners of those national contests do about 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes? I think they literally weigh about 14 pounds. Now, it's not hard for me to put on 14 pounds, but I don't do it in 10 minutes. So
here comes up.
Who do we have? This is my twin son from a different mother. Paul Malik is driving the Dean Knudsen parade unit. You know Dean pretty well.
Yeah, Dean is another Rotarian. He's been in the assembly for probably 5 years now.
I wonder if we can get Dean over here. Do you think we can?
I don't know. He's in a hurry.
Do you think we? I don't think we're going to catch his. Who do we got next?
Well, it sounds like the Pepper Festival.
This one isn't hard to figure out, even without our logbook here, folks. This is the Pepper Fest committee. The king is Ken Merchak. The queen is Jordan Loken. And princesses are Julia Petit, Emma Thole, and Hunter Thompson. North Hudson Pepper Fest is a little village celebration. Man, it's hard to talk over that music.
They always have fun, don't they?
Oh, man, you want to have some fun. You go visit North Hudson's Pepper Fest. See, they're following up with a lot of the supporters and volunteers of the Pepper Fest here. Pepper Fest celebrates strong Italian heritage as a 3-day festival that raises money for the community. Began in 1954 to raise money. Everything happened in 54.
Must be a big deal.
They started it to build an elementary school. Here comes the North Hudson Pepper Fest Royalty candidates, folks.
Look at the number of
2016, they always have a lot of interest.
Yep.
Sought after position to become one of the Pepperfest queens.
see.
The Pepperfest queens.
Looks
There's a couple of soccer girls that I know. There they are.
And then we've got the Vulcans apparently have been on the.
I think the Vulcans found them, didn't they?
They sure did.
You see the black V's on some of their cheeks. I think the Vulcans have. Speaking of which, speaking of the Vulcans, folks, the Pepperfest Kings. Pepperfest Kings are many of them are current Vulcans here, aren't they?
No. Here come the St. Paul Vulcans. Winter Carnival. They have a great time in St. Paul.
Well, the Pepperfest Kings act like they could be Vulcans.
Yeah, they do. Here's some of the
Vulcan crew. They need a little education on the spelling of crew there, but I guess when you're a Vulcan, you can do almost anything you want.
Boy, that's got to be an old truck, John. All right.
That might be as old as you and I.
I bet it is.
Well, next up, folks, we've got the U.S. Army. And coming along here, we've got some of the recruiters. I believe it's Sergeant Lopez, Staff Sergeant Swenson, and Sergeant Patterson that are going to be in this group here. Looks like they're handing out some sport balls and some candies. Got some of the young kids in fatigues there. Oh, there's a couple of Vulcans marking up the crowd on the other side of the street as the U.S. Army crew goes by. Thanks for your service, U.S. Army crew.
Here's
the Pita Pit.
It's the healthiest alternative to traditional fast food. Pita Pits, fresh made to order. Pit sandwiches feature a variety of lean grilled meats, fresh vegetables, flavorful fruit, and zesty sauces, all rolled up in a neat, unique, and convenient package. Located south of Crestview Drive on Cole Harbor Drive through Leanne Chins.
That's the new development in town. It's very good. I've been to Pita Pit several times, and they are awesome. Here comes a few of the trailing Vikings. They're not Vikings. Those are Vulcans, not Vikings. There they are.
Thank you.
That's Pita Pit. I'll take one. Thanks very much.
Here we got the Junebug Days from Baldwin area, Woodville.
Well, Junebug Days was held on June 4th, and it goes through June 7th in Baldwin. It's a community-sponsored and supported event. Baldwin Royalty is crowned each year on the Saturday of Junebug Days. Thanks for coming.
Carolyn Dobson is Miss Congeniality and Miss Baldwin. We have Marco owners, Erica and Matt Herrick. They're
Matt and Erica Herring.
Yeah.
Owners of a sanitation company coming here. They got the little porta potty that you can see, Al, in the back there. I think they got the buckets for family events for you. No?
So.
Oh, that maybe is candy to throw candy.
And here comes the truck for your event.
Okay, here comes the big boy.
Yeah, the big boy.
Marco's Septic Incorporated here. Glad to have him in the Booster Days Parade. That is one big rig, folks.
Yep. All right, next we have Anderson Heating.
Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning would like to thank the St. Croix Valley communities for their support throughout the years. We'd like to show our appreciation by sponsoring the Powder Puff Clown Club of St. Paul for your enjoyment. So that's Richard Young with Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. We thank them for sponsoring the club, the Clown Club that's coming next year. Powder Puff Clown Club of St. Paul. Everybody enjoys. It looks like we got a gnome there and some clowns. We got a monkey driving a bike there. We got a bathtub, Al. That looks like it came out of your first apartment.
Yes, it did. You know, one of our old neighbors is a member of this club, but I don't see her here today.
Would that be Miss Schaefer?
Yes, it is.
I'll be darned.
I saw her drive up the other day, and her license plates say Twinkle.
They do. They do. Members of the St. Paul Powder Puff Clown Club, ladies and gentlemen.
Always have a good time, great entertainment. Uh-oh.
That little bathtub isn't moving quite as fast as the old Shriner scooters do, the go-karts of the scooters. Much more leisure pace there. Got a young lad here in a interesting
tricycle.
A tricycle that he's driving there, member of the Clown Club. Thanks for the Powder Puffs coming along here. And here comes their vehicle, the Yukon XL. Uh-oh, his sunflower shoots water. I think he got a couple of the kids on the side there.
What's our next one? We've got the, go ahead.
Well, we're going to have the Hudson Girl Scouts here, the Kinney Croix Valley Girl Scouts. They're a nonprofit group, folks. You know all about the Girl Scouts, and you know what my favorite part of the Girl Scouts is. It's fairly obvious by my stature.
It has to be the Girl Scout cookies.
The Girl Scout cookies. You know, one year, my weakest moment, I ordered 85 boxes of those cookies, but they did last 2.5 days.
Was it that long?
It did. They lasted that long. Look at the Girl Scouts.
You weren't feeling well? Is that why it only lasted that day?
What.
They're great cookies and a good cause. The next one we have is the Hudson Area Joint Library, and they're celebrating 5 years in their brand new building on July 11th. It's an open house to show our appreciation to the patrons, area residents. Festivities from 12 to 3, Splatter Sisters music and root beer floats. Celebration of 5 years in the new building right down on First Street. It's we got the new computers and lots of kids. We got a reading program going on this summer. It's a great program.
Well, like you said, they celebrated 5 years in that building down on First Street. They're a beautiful building, and they do an awfully great job. Nice asset to the community.
Yes. And here's one of the library directors, Mr. Weiss. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Weiss.
Handing out flyers here from the library to stop in and see them in their beautiful building down there.
Well, let's see what else is going on tonight. This is a group that John plays for. It starts at 5:15 to 8:15, and it's sponsored by Family Fresh. It's called Ponzi Scheme.
Ladies and gentlemen,
That's a disclaimer.
You can't believe the mayor all the time. You know, although Al and I do think we prove Abe Lincoln wrong on a daily basis, don't we? We can fool all the people all the time. So
here's
next up, what do we got, Al?
We got Gregory's Gift of Hope,
Gregory's Gift of Hope is an animal shelter located on Highway 65 in New Richmond, and they provide shelter, food, medical attention, and love to the homeless, stray, and injured animals in St. Croix County, Pierce County, and the surrounding communities. Help us help them find new forever homes. This is Gregory's Gift of Hope Animal Shelter.
Well, we've got another Woodbury, I bet, huh? It looks like Woodbury Days.
Woodbury Days. They sound like a loud unit in the parade. So Woodbury Days is the last weekend in August 28th to the 31st, represented today by Miss Woodbury Kathy, Princesses Liz and Laura, and Little Miss Woodbury Natalie, Little Princesses Lexi and Caden. The senior queen is Teresa, and the senior king is Scott. Again there, Woodbury Days is August 28th to the 31st. I think they got to turn that music up, Al. We can barely hear it over here. Welcome to the folks from Woodbury coming over to Hudson, Wisconsin.
Well, now we're going to have the Hudson Gymnastics.
We got some tumblers.
John, could you do that?
Well, that would depend on what I might have had in addition to maybe drinking a cocktail or two. But I still don't think I can do that. You know, this group, they're the booster club that supports girls' competitive gymnastics team at the Hudson School of Gymnastics. They celebrate the Colored Dash Run to support Hudson School of Gymnastics. And that is Booster Club. It's held on August 29th, 2015. So the Hudson School of Gymnastics Girls Booster Club, ladies and gentlemen. There's a handstand that's staying up there for a while.
I couldn't do a
Looks
backward
like a
roll.
No, we couldn't.
I couldn't do a backward roll.
If you and I tried somersaults, we'd get stuck, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would.
And then we'd have to have the crane service come and tip us back over, you know.
Our next float is from Clear Lake, Wisconsin. And it's
Clear Lake, you have a cabin up that way, don't
not
you?
too far away. We just celebrated Clear Lake Days. I think the Clear Lake Days is the last week in June 25th through the 28th. And we have
The queen today is Keisha Vinzant, and the first princess is Autumn Ninke, second princess is Haley Manette, and the third princess is Mackenzie Hammonds.
Clear Lake, Wisconsin.
They're on those fishing chairs that just rotate like that. When you're catching a bass, they flip around quick, and these queens know how to use that. The queens and princesses, they know how to use them, don't they?
Yep. Next up, we have Hudson Ford. Hudson Ford, located on Crestview Drive in Hudson, longtime participant in the parade. Mark Swellen is the owner of Hudson Ford.
I think he also has a facility in Minnesota.
And you're stumping me on the town.
New Prague.
New Prague, Minnesota.
In New Prague, Minnesota. Mark Swellen's got another location there too. They do a great job. Next up, we have, I've never been too much of a fan of Jenny Craig, Allen, so I like the yogurt shops in town here. And our next unit in the parade here is going to be Cherry Berry.
They're located up on Carmichael and Vine.
Up by the water tower.
Yeah.
Right in the business development on the corner there, right under the water tower on Carmichael off of Vine.
I think they're going to be giving us samples, aren't they?
Well, let's see if we can get their attention, because I would sure love to have a sample or two there, but maybe they're giving out coupons.
Yeah. I suppose it might be hard to keep it cold.
Might be hard to keep it from being a ice cream drink.
Cherry Berry, self-service yogurt bar.
Being in those costumes, that's probably pretty cool in there.
I imagine they have air conditioning.
Actually, most of those costumes, surprisingly enough, do have fans inside them,
right,
as you might imagine. So nice to see Cherry Berry here representing. Next up, we have Emmanuel Evangelical Lutheran Church and Joyful Noise Preschool represented here today.
And they're located on Northview Pass.
423 Northview Pass here in Hudson.
They have
Lutheran.
Joyful Noises Preschool for the little kids. They've been another participant in the parade.
When I was a kid, my parents never called it Joyful Noise, Al.
I can imagine not.
Was
it hard to speak with a sock in your mouth, John?
My dad introduced me to duct tape at an early age, and it wasn't to fix things, but he told me it was a low headband. I don't know what that meant as it covered my mouth, but
was it hard on the hair in the back?
A little bit. That's right. It's a good thing as I get old, I'm losing my hair there. So next up, we've got B&B Makeup, Cosmetic Bar and Spa. It's your one-stop shop for all things beauty. Services include makeup application and lessons. Al and I could use that. Customized facial, full body waxing, Al. Eyelash extensions, cosmetic tattoos, custom lip color, nails, spray tan, haircuts, color extensions, etc. Book your appointments today by calling 715-781-0248.
Look at those spinners.
B&B Makeup and Cosmetic. Spinners on the truck, the iridescent paint job. That looks like a vehicle you and I should own, Al.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
B&B Makeup.
Next, we have the Rivertown Multimedia newspapers, which includes the Pierce County Herald, the River Falls Journal, and the Hudson Star Observer.
You think their leader, there's Deanna Nelson driving that rig there. You think Steve Zubay is anywhere to be found in that rig for the Pierce County Herald, the River Falls Journal, and the gem of the papers, the Hudson Star Observer?
Absolutely. And next we have Uncle Mike's
Emporium.
And they're located out on exit 4, excuse me.
Some people would know that formerly as the old JR Ranch out there.
Yeah.
Mike's Emporium.
I know Wednesday's pasta night.
And they have dodgeball out there. The sneaky kickers.
Sneaky kickers,
Uncle
there it is.
Mike's Emporium volleyball and kickball leagues, folks. Uncle Mike's is located at 736 Rodeo Drive in Hudson. Featuring volleyball and kickball. Thursday nights is steak night. Car shows, bar Olympics, and beer and barbecue bash on Sunday, July 12th, 4 to 8 p.m. Mike's Emporium.
Next, we have Keller Williams Realtor.
I think that's Scott Hawkins.
It is. And he's a local realtor.
Representing clients in the St. Croix Valley for over 15 years. Call Scott Hawkins for a free market valuation of your home today, or go to blackdoghomes.com, and that's homes, HOMZ.com. Important dates for them, July 4th. It's a big day for them today.
Next, we have the Giggle Factory. I know the Giggle Factory is located out in the Hudson Industrial Park on Hanley Road.
St. Croix Business Park.
Yes. And kids' birthday parties and games and fun for the small kids. So Hudson Giggle Factory, fun place to take the kids.
At first I thought the Giggle Factory was the city council meetings.
It could have been, John. Could have been.
No, this business, Giggle Factory, caters to the kids. Are they pushing that car?
I don't think so.
It looks
well,
like
I think they are.
Well, next up, we've got kind of an interesting new business to Hudson, located on Hanley Road, just off of Carmichael, and it's called Cheers Pablo. And Cheers Pablo is a place where you can paint and sip wine and do arts and entertainment. You can see the beautiful paintings they've got on their float there, and it's kind of an interesting concept. You can go enjoy yourself for the evening there, and you do a little painting, sip a glass of wine or juice or something, but you can see the beautiful paintings created by, I'm sure, customers of theirs. There's a painting of the Hudson Arch right there.
John, have you been there yet?
I have not been there yet, but it sounds like a fun party.
Yes, it looks like something that we should try. Of course, that's unfair. You've got ability.
I'm not sure what that is. I do have a graphic arts degree, and I love to paint, but it's what happens is sometimes when I do those paint by number things, I can't read the numbers because I'm getting so old, and then I get in trouble. So
what do we have here now, Mr. Knudsen? It's
well, this is Perfection Catering. This is going to be Corey Hart here, who's joined us. Has his business called Junior's Bar and Restaurant and Perfection Catering. I think they pair things up for perfection, is my guess, is how that name came about. So this is a catering company that can come and service you for events and activities. Perfection Catering.
They must be in River Falls, huh?
Junior's Bar and Restaurant.
It says River Falls, Wisconsin. Perfect event. And tonight, to round out the evening in Lakefront Park, is live entertainment. Uncle Chuck. That's sponsored by St. Croix Gear and Machining. And again, as usual, there is absolutely no cover charge for the bands. So come on down to Lakefront Park and have a good time and listen to some good music tonight. Next, we have the City of River Falls.
Are there any friendly competitions between Hudson and River Falls at the two mayors, Al?
No, we cooperate with them all the time.
I coach the girls' Hudson High School soccer team here, and we have a tremendous rivalry with the River Falls Wildcats. Good program over there, well coached, well run. River Falls, good friendly rivalries. We have the ambassadors here today. The court today, we have Abby King is the Grand Royal Ambassador. We have Emily Gillick as First Royal Ambassador. Nicole Allen is a Royal Ambassador, and Maddie Perry is also another Royal Ambassador. So
pretty float
welcome.
They have.
Yeah, beautiful looking float. A little water feature on there. Kind of nice.
Next we have the Cub Scout Pack, 213 from Hudson. They've been in the parade a long time.
Another group of scouts. I'll tell you what, they shape the future of those young men they're throwing the candy and hollering incoming. So that young man's destined to be a baseball player. That was about a 67-mile-an-hour throw of a Tootsie Roll.
Next, we have the float from Hammond Day.
Hammond Days Royalty.
Heartland Days.
2014 Miss Hammond, Ariel Baxen, her Royal Court. Princess Emma Bond and Miss Congeniality, Katie Dennis. Invite you to join them for Hammond Heartland Days 2015. The days for the celebration where they'll crown their new royalty are going to be August 6th through the 9th. So thanks, Hammond, for coming along. Float is sponsored by the Hammond Lions Club.
Next, John, we have Ignite, which is a
That's a martial arts. Yep, they're
program.
the martial arts company, and
they're on Hanley Road.
They are on Hanley Road, right down from Tequila Azul there on Hanley Road. Putting on a demonstration.
Here's another thing I'd have to be put in the hospital after I tried to do some of this stuff.
Al, do you think you could handle either the fans or the nunchucks? Or
I don't think I could.
any of the weaponry there? No. Well done by Ignite Martial Arts. Young crew there. Kids look like they're probably around anywhere from 8 to 12 years, 14 years old or so. Doing a nice job representing the martial arts community. Another group from the Ignite organization here. They got quite a few kids in their parade today. These are the younger crew here.
I think it's a good organization. They teach discipline to the kids, and
yeah, good for physical fitness and aerobic activity here too.
Up next, we have the St. Croix County Republican Party. They've been, they have a Corvette here, and they have a stand with Stott Walker and Duffy for Congress. St. Croix County Republican Party.
Dean Knudsen, strong member of the Republican Party there. Scott Walker, Wisconsin's governor, soon to be a candidate for the presidential election coming up.
So we haven't talked much about the Hudson Rotary Club and their car raffle that we're going to be having next August this coming August.
I think it's probably the 10th or 11th year for the car raffle for Rotary. They sell tickets $10 each or three for $20.
Look at this now, John. This is Big Bag Gorilla Dumpster. It looks to me like it looks like a container that you can throw all this stuff on, and they'll come and pick it up, and it's not a
having moved a couple times recently and going to be moving again next week, I could probably use those Gorilla bags.
You probably could.
Do-it-yourself projects, garage cleanup, roofing projects, home renovation, seasonal yard cleanup, move-ins, move-outs, and more.
Uh-oh.
You can see there's Al's cousin in the wagon there waving to the crowd here today. Al, is that your second cousin from Minnesota?
That is true. He forgot to shave this morning, it looks like.
That looks like George the Gorilla Burchell.
Yep. Yeah,
Gorilla dumpster bags.
I think that's it's a good product.
I'm guessing it's probably not very warm in that costume.
I think he's got to be really hot today, doesn't he?
These kids in the orange are also part of the Gorilla crew here.
We have next the Osceola Rotary, or Loyalty, from Osceola, Wisconsin. They have an Eagle float.
Yep, Miss Osceola is Casey Sagina. The first princess is Mackenzie Borboom. The second princess is Callie Niedermeyer. Little Miss Osceola is Jocelyn Mork. Little first princess is Kyra Harrison. Little second princess is Stacia Neath. And the Osceola Community Fair is celebrated the weekend of Labor Day, September 11th and 12th and 13th.
Next,
so
we have
them in Osceola.
Next, we have Creative Homes, a local home builder.
That's Nick Hackworthy and crew there with Creative Homes. I know Chris Wilcox and Zach Hellman work. There comes Chris Wilcox in the golf cart there. See him in the golf cart driving this way. There's Chris Wilcox.
He forgot his golf clubs.
From Creative Homes. Where are the golf clubs, Chris? There's a close-up and personal view of Mr. Wilcox there. I don't know, Chris. They offer mics to us once in a while. Here comes that Rotary car you were talking about, Al.
This is, for everybody that doesn't know, the Hudson Rotary, probably in the last 15 years, Daybreak Rotary has donated over $800,000 to community events and organizations. So
we raise a lot of money, we give it all away.
Yes, and it's an excellent opportunity.
Is that Mr. T. Winkle driving that vehicle there?
Winkle. Then he's got
Is he a councilman and a Rotarian?
He used to be on the council.
Got his kids probably in the back there. There is the Hudson Mustang, the 2015 Ford Mustang that you can win. They're giving that away free, and the drawing for that's going to be held at Pepperfest in North Hudson on August 16th. So Rotary Car Raffle, win this car, as you can see.
I don't see a lot of Rotary members selling tickets on walking down the street. So
no, Rotary enhances opportunity for youth and creates a better community for all, folks.
Here we have the Willow River Tree Farm on Highway 12.
Is that one of the Shimmons in the cab there, probably?
Gotta be. They've been in
Shimon gang has been around a long time doing the tree and landscape services. Next up, we've got the Hudson Raiders dance team. Varsity team is made up of 28 dancers. JV team consists of 16 dancers. This past year, the JV dance team took first place at state in both pom and jazz. And the Varsity Raiders dance team taking second place at state in their D1 hip hop routine and sixth place in their jazz routine. If you'd like to join the Raiders and dance your way through the Pepperfest parade, please see the Hudson Raider Facebook page for more information or check the newspaper coming soon. Varsity team is coached by Heidi Shimon and Kristen Vandenbroeke. JV team is coached by Carrie-Ann Arendt, and all coaches are alumni and Hudson graduates and Raiders themselves. Hudson Raiders dance team. Now this next vehicle is an old fire truck with Frank Fabio coming through.
A GMC, that has to be a 50s model, wouldn't you guess?
Well, it must be a 54 when you were born. Everything else has happened in 1954.
Booster Parade.
Everything. I'm a 59 guy again, folks.
In 59?
Again, as you can see when they pan in on close-ups of Al and I'm much, much younger than the mayor.
Yep. So this is Maple Island Brewing Company in Stillwater.
I think that's Frank Fabio driving his truck there with the Maple Island Brewing Company out of Stillwater. Glad to have him in the Hudson Booster Day Parade.
So again, you can purchase your tickets from any Rotarian for the 2015 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, we don't want to sell them the 1990 Mustang.
Oh,
that 26-year-old car, they probably.
Of course, that could be a collector's item today.
It could be. Yeah, the Hudson Daybreak Rotary Club, along with the Hudson Noon Club, do a great job in our community here, folks. Must be we've got the brewing section of the parade here. We just had the Fabio and his crew go by. Now we got Pitchfork Brewing here. The Pitchfork Brewing Tap Room is open Wednesdays through Sunday, off exit 4. Locally sourced beer for local people. Free homemade root beer for the kids.
Again, that's exit 4, isn't
off
it?
Exit 4.
Be on the south side of exit Highway 12 there. Pitchfork
right beside, yep, Pitchfork is right beside Patty Ryan's, if you know where that is. All right, next up we got a group of the Vikings coming here, Al. This group of people are from the Woodville Lions Club, and it looks like that guy standing up there wearing the helmet in the next. The guy with the last brewery there, Pitchfork. They're throwing out ices; those are popular. Here, as they get a shot of the Viking mobile coming by here, we've got the princesses. This big Viking is actually a Woodville Lions Club member. Their event is always held on May 12th, 13th, and 14th.
Which would be Settin' to My Day.
Settin' to My Days. The queen is Natalie Larson, and the first princess is Sierra Smith. Welcome from Baldwin and Woodville.
So there's Viking fans in Wisconsin.
There's one Viking fan. He just drove by.
Yeah, but he's got the Norwegian flag there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next group that we have coming here is from Dick's Bar and Grill. And they're going to be a loud bunch, as you might imagine. Dick's Bar and Grill and Anchors and Tattoo working together to make tattooing more comfortable.
Hi, Jamie.
Dick's Bar and Grill as they go by.
This is how we get down. This is how y'all know us.
Next we have St. Croix Sports, and they're located, I believe, on
half mile from the ice rinks. St. Croix Sports is Hudson's headquarters for sporting equipment, team apparel, and spirit wear. Stop in and get your athletes game ready.
No.
Here comes Dick Whitcomb from the Rotary
Car
Car Raffle. We bought our tickets, we're in.
He's looking for a ticket.
Dick Whitcomb just stopped in here. He's almost out of Rotary Car Raffle tickets, folks. They sell about 9,000 tickets, and hopefully they're almost out.
Next we have Prescott Days, September 11th through the 13th, Prescott, Wisconsin, on the beautiful St. Croix, Mississippi River.
Queen is Haley Carlson. The king is J. Drew Schmidt. They'd like to invite you to Prescott Days, which will be held September 10th through the 12th. Welcome to Hudson, to the Prescott folks. Next up, we have the Cage. The Cage is an indoor batting cage and training facility right here in Hudson. Indoor batting cages include a full-size bullpen, tee area, pitching and hitting lessons, clinics, and top-notch instructors. Have your birthday party at the Cage. Great party packages with party rooms, arcades, pool, foosball, air hockey, and more are available. Visit www.thecagehudson.com for more details. The Wednesday nights, all you can hit for $10 a person at the Cage.
579 Schomer Drive in Hudson.
Next up, we got Trinity Lutheran. They usually have a musical float coming to Trinity Academy. The right school makes all the difference, they say.
5th grade or preschool through 8th grade.
You know, Al, I still say 4th grade was the best 3 years of our lives, buddy.
It was, yes, it was. But the Trinity School recently remodeled and added on because of the need, so they're continuing to grow.
Join the Trinity ship, worship, fellowship, discipleship, and partnership. Great float.
Hi, guys.
Trinity. And I believe they've got their worship band coming next year. The mission of Trinity is to make disciples of all nations. We do this by loving God, loving others, and serving the world. Our academy provides academic excellence and develops leaders who also love God. Let's take a listen to Sherry Bilo and the Trinity Worship Group. There's Sherry Bilo. They've got their Vacation Bible School, August 3rd to the 6th. They have child care, preschool care. The Hudson Area Goliath Mobile Pack is coming to the YMCA October 2nd, 3rd. Boy, that was a boisterous Trinity group.
Are they as good as the St. Pat's group?
St. Pat's Music Ministry is absolutely awesome, folks. Trinity Lutheran as well.
Well, now are you forgetting Bethel now?
Well, Bethel, does Bethel have a church here in town now?
Oh, come on now, be nice.
They have a couple, I think, don't they?
Same church, 2 locations.
Same church, 2 locations.
What do we
have
here?
All right, we have another martial arts group. Ultimate Martial Arts is represented next. Ultimate Martial Arts Karate in Hudson offers classes for ages 3 to 5. The Super Kids. They also offer juniors starting from ages 5 to 18 and also adult classes. We offer training in sparring forms, weapons, extreme flips. Come in and try a free class. 1 month, $19.95 includes a uniform, folks. Ultimate Martial Arts in Hudson.
So what are these things this young gentleman is carrying here? What are they called?
Well, those would be weapons. We've got the nunchucks, or the disjointed bars there.
Yep.
We've got some knives. We've got some axes. They've got the sticks. You know, I don't know the formal names for them, but they look scary enough to me.
Ooh.
There, the demonstrators are walking by and letting you punch their pads there. Ultimate Martial Arts.
Our next is the Roberts Lions.
Roberts, that'd be Bobtown. Our neighbors to the east.
Good Neighbors Days here in Roberts.
Please welcome the Roberts Lions Club Royal Ambassadors. They are Grand Royal Ambassador McKenna LaVenture. The Royal Ambassadors are Elizabeth Eggstead, Royal Ambassador, and Miss Congeniality Haley Lewis. Junior Royal Ambassadors are Mally Loomis and Isabel Myers. Roberts, Wisconsin, home of Good Neighbors Days, always celebrated the weekend after Memorial Day.
Roberts, about 8 miles from us.
Yeah, not too far away. My good friend downtown Cindy Brown lives in Roberts. Great place, great festival.
Next float we have in the parade is Hudson Staffing.
Hudson Staffing is one of the temp service agencies that will fill positions for employers that need available help. They also, I believe, do the temp to hire service too. So if you hire a good temp like that person and want to hire them full time, you can do that.
Next we have the Hudson Grocery Cooperative. We're trying to establish a cooperative here, a grocery cooperative here in Hudson. We've been trying for about 3 to 4 years to get that going. John.
Got a lot of sponsors there. Gander Mountain is a sponsor, Sustain Hudson as well.
They got Scrappy behind.
Scrappy, I think I caught Scrappy a few times fishing down in the St. Croix there. Scrappy is made up of all of the components that people found doing cleanups on the river. Next up, we've got the Hunes horses. Dave Hune, longtime member of the Boosters, always willing to work hard every day of the wonderful festival here. Mr. Dave Hune with Hune's horses.
Well, speaking of cleanup, there's got to be somebody behind. Isn't that the job you usually did in the parade, John?
Well, I'll tell you what, it should be. I can make messes.
Yes.
Not probably like these ponies, but I can make messes.
But I don't see a shoveler behind, do you?
Not yet.
Pretty horses, aren't they?
Beautiful. Never had horse. In fact, Al, I hate to admit this, I've never ridden a horse in my life, but here comes Mr. Buck Malik. Probably not going to get him on camera. The camera's out front there. Mr. Malik handing out information on Riverfest. Riverfest is going to happen July 21st to the 26th. He also has handouts for the Hudson Grocery Cooperative. He also has handouts for the September 11th Art Festival. Just a plethora of information, Mr. Buck Malik.
Yes, it is. Next, we have Jerry's Towing, if you can believe the size of these towing vehicles.
Those are some big rigs.
I think most of the time those are used to get a semi rated that is flipped over on the freeway. And
when you can carry your towing rigs on your flatbeds, those are pretty big rigs.
Yes, they are.
Boy, you know, I'll tell you, you can tell the organization Jerry's Towing, which is a division of the Midwest Star Group, takes excellent care of their vehicles. They're always in pristine shape with the teal and white and just beautiful looking rigs that they drive to help people when they're in really desperate times after an accident or an incident. So Jerry's Towing.
Well, Mr. Knutson, that concludes another year of Booster Parade.
Yeah, I believe we're almost done. You can see the city of Hudson run by my good friend, Mr. Mayor Alan Burchell. This is City of Hudson Public Works. Takes care of the cleanup at the end of the parade here.
Boy, that's
followed by a few of Hudson's finest in unmarked cars coming.
Got the chief of police.
Is that Marty in there?
Yep. So slow down, John.
Yeah.
So again, it's been a pleasure to present the Hudson Booster Parade. It's a pleasure to do the duty with you, John.
I don't know if they can hear us yet. That street sweeper, maybe we could petition the mayor to get a quieter muffler on that street sweeper from the city there. So here comes Mr. Police Chief Marty Jensen there. Marty's driving the fast car, pulling up along the side there.
We got a problem, it looks like, huh? Yep. All right, John, I think that's it.
Our last vehicle of the day is just another one from the police service here in town to bring up the rear. You can see the fans kind of filling in on the street again, walking down Main Street again. Parade's almost over here, ladies and gentlemen. We want you to enjoy the festivities at Lakefront Park. Already started. The beer garden is open with multiple 50-50 raffles. There's a police canine demonstration from 1 to 1:30. Bingo next to the band shell from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., so pretty much all day. Kids tractor pull from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m., 1:30 to 4:30 live entertainment. The Armadillo Jump. I have no idea what that is. I'm guessing that's a musical group. The Armadillo Jump Group. Al, it's been a pleasure here serving with you as an MC. We'd like to say goodbye to you from
downtown
Main Street,
Hudson.
Hudson, Wisconsin.
Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Bye, folks.
Bye.